This is BAWLER. Hello, I have prepared an important and interesting video for you. Subscribe and write in the comments what you think about it. Russia is pushing forward with full force in Sumy, making the region a primary target in its summer offensive. The Kremlin's plan is to create a security buffer zone to block Ukraine from redeploying troops into the Kursk region. As part of this offensive, Russian forces seized the small village of Bezalivka. But against all odds, Ukraine has reclaimed Bezalivka in a stunning counterattack. This liberation may seem small at first glance, but it could mark a turning point in Russia's campaign in Sumy. On August 10th, Euromaidan Press reported Ukraine's victory, noting that a swift counteroffensive allowed Ukrainian forces to retake the territory that Russia had claimed. In the process, Ukraine's military eliminated 18 Russian soldiers, delivering another blow to Russia's buffer zone ambitions. The General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine announced the liberation of Bezalivka on Facebook, stating that it had been fully cleared of Russian occupiers by units from the 33rd Separate Assault Regiment and the 24th Separate Assault Battalion. The term Zagorodniki, used in the announcement, roughly translates to invaders. Both Ukrainian units have extensive combat experience in dealing with Russian forces. The 33rd Separate Assault Regiment, formed in 2023 as a battalion and elevated to regiment status in December 2024, has earned a reputation for leading offensives in northern Kharkiv and participating in Ukraine's incursion into Kursk, a humiliation Vladimir Putin has not forgotten. The 24th Separate Assault Battalion, known as the Aidar Battalion, has an even longer history. Created in May 2014 as the 24th Territorial Defense Battalion, it took its name from the Aidar River in Luhansk. After disbanding in 2015, its members served in various units before becoming part of the 5th Separate Assault Brigade in 2022, gaining brigade status a year later. The battalion fought in Bakhmut, deploying drone technology to inflict heavy losses, and later defended Chasiv Yar before moving to Sumy. Their combined assault on Bezalivka shattered Russia's grip on the village, though that grip may never have been as strong as claimed. While Russia's defense ministry announced on July 7th that it had taken Bezalivka, independent monitoring groups saw no evidence of a Russian presence on the ground. It is unclear whether Ukraine's counterattack involved hundreds of troops or a small elite force, but what is clear is that Russian defenders numbered only a couple dozen. Bezalivka's population before the invasion was reported as 91 by Euromaidan Press, while Militani cited just 16 residents in 2021. Despite evacuation orders, some villagers, many elderly, refused to leave, even declining offers of financial help and assistance with livestock. Communication with them was cut off due to the security situation, but contact was re-established after the liberation. Strategically, Bezalivka lies about 18.5 miles west of heavier fighting in Sumy, where Russia's main force of 50,000 troops is attempting to create its buffer zone. It's possible that the Russian unit in Bezalivka was isolated from the main force, or that the village was intended as a springboard for a pincer attack towards Sumy, an attempt that has now failed. For Ukraine, retaking even a tiny village sends a powerful message: no territory taken by Russia is safe. This victory also plays into larger geopolitical stakes. On August 15th, US President Donald Trump is set to meet Putin in Alaska, a meeting that could shape the war's future. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky hopes Trump will pressure Russia to withdraw. However, there is concern that Trump and Putin might discuss Ukraine ceding occupied territory, something Zelensky has firmly rejected. The Institute for the Study of War notes that helping Ukraine win on the battlefield increases leverage in negotiations. Ukraine's success in Bezalivka demonstrates its ability to retake land even under heavy pressure, reinforcing the case for increased Western support. The more Ukraine can reclaim, the stronger its position in any peace talks. This also undermines Putin's broader ambitions. Although he has claimed he seeks only a buffer zone, his statements make clear that he desires all of Ukraine. Ukrainian forces, however, have stalled the Russian advance in Sumy since late June, with victories not just in Bezalivka, but also in Counteroffensive, and through special operations like the Timur unit's encirclement of Russian forces, killing hundreds. Russia's overall summer offensive is faltering. In July, it captured only 550 square kilometers, mostly in Donetsk, at enormous cost, up to 33,220 soldiers lost, according to Ukraine's General Staff. In Kursk, Ukraine still holds 35 square miles, raising the possibility of a renewed incursion if Sumy's front collapses for Russia. Russian forces are increasingly reliant on airstrikes in Sumy, dropping guided and unguided bombs, but this shift reflects weakness on the ground. Ukraine's liberation of Bezalivka could be the first step in a broader counteroffensive that Russia did not anticipate. And as the war grinds on, every reclaimed village, every stalled advance, and every failed Russian plan builds momentum for Ukraine's ultimate goal, to drive the occupiers from its land entirely.